Yo, what's going on guys, HyperX here, welcome back to another video for Wild Hearts, and today I want to turn our attention to another one of the weapons, this time the Bladed Wagasa, or basically the Umbrella of Doom. I shall for the rest of this video refer to it as the Umbrella, but the official name is the Bladed Wagasa. This is an incredibly awesome weapon and very unique. In these types of games you always have a few of your sort of traditional archetypes. We of course have the katana, which I've already shown you guys, although admittedly even the katana does have its own rather unique twist with the ability to unleash into a chain. If you guys haven't checked out the video, do go watch it on the channel, it gives you a full breakdown on that, but this one is definitely very unique. It's a bladed umbrella which you can use for fast attacking combos. It has a built-in parry mechanic where of course you can get some really nice damage off of parries. You can also do some nice aerial combos because of course you have a sort of Mary Poppins style attack that definitely makes it sound less cool than it actually is, and of course you also have a rather interesting meter that basically gives you a boost to your damage. So overall it is a very awesome weapon. It is definitely harder to use than the katana. I would definitely put this as sort of the mid-tier weapon because it hinges on being much more aggressive with the playstyle, which of course I'll speak about more in a moment, but it is still a very awesome weapon and admittedly still not too hard to pick up. So today I want to go through the weapon, give you guys a look at the moves and just showcase sort of some of how this weapon plays. So if you guys do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think of this, let me know if you've got any questions. As always, quick reminder, this is still a very early work in progress build. Things are still subject to change, things will still be improved, changed, refined, all that good stuff, so this is definitely not final, but it should still give you guys a good feel for the weapon. So to begin with, as mentioned, the Bladed Wagasa, the Umbrella, is a really cool weapon. Even from the way you draw it, you just simply hold it up as if you're sort of, protecting yourself from the rain, basically from all of the death and destruction you're about to inflict on the monsters, on the Kemono. But to begin with, this one you have a sort of basic series of X attacks, which is your quick flurry attacks. These are really, really cool. Of course, you have the nice motion with it. I do love how a lot of sort of umbrella moves, there's a lot of almost kind of nice martial arts artistry to the movements. You're carefully flowing around, sort of twisting, pirouetting around the monsters. It's almost kind of like a dance with this weapon, but you have your basic spin dance combo as it's referred to, which is 3x inputs. Following from there, you then have a rather awesome thrust attack which you can perform where you basically pull the umbrella down, dash forward as if it's some sort of drill, and then when you connect with the monster, or just in general, this will then launch you up into the sky. And of course from there you can then continue with your aerial combos, or you can put the same button to basically perform this dive bomb attack. Now this is really, really nice because of course while any of the weapons you can sort of perform aerial attacks by jumping, this one specifically has sort of an aerial combo nature to it worked in, because you'll basically perform your regular attack, dash forward with the sort of spiral thrust, this will launch you up, at which point you can then continue with some X combos in the air to sort of maintain aerial pressure, and you can then at any point press Y to basically dive back down, and you can actually loop this indefinitely to sort of keep some nice mix between ground and aerial combos going. But of course on top of that, the other component of this weapon is on right trigger you have a parry. Now again, if you guys know me, you will know I am not very good at parrying. As much as I would love to be a parry god, I never am. So this is definitely one of those things that I struggle with more so, but thankfully 269 became the sort of umbrella master in this demo, so he actually got a chance to parry a lot more so at least I can kind of demonstrate that in this game. But basically off the back of a parry, you can then go into two different attacks. You can either press X or you can press Y, and this will of course perform two different attacks depending on your inputs. Now this is really important because this then factors into a strong part of the weapon. You see, this is where the weapon becomes a little bit more complicated to use and requires a lot more sort of aggressive style play, because this weapon has a meter, as you can see above the health, only unlike the Karakuri Katana, in which the meter builds up through attacks and of course stays filled until you start using it, this meter will rapidly build but also rapidly decline if you are not consistently attacking. See, the best way to build this meter is either to parry and then perform your attacks following the parry, because doing so will rapidly build the meter, as you can see here. Alternatively, the other way is to simply launch off of a springboard and then perform a drill thrust into the monster. That is also another rapid way to build, which is really handy because if you are somebody that is not very good at parrying, it doesn't mean to say you can't get the most out of this weapon. You can definitely still use the springboards as your way to build meter, but basically this is the important part of the weapon because this meter, when full, will basically increase the damage of your weapon. So ideally, you want to be in a position where you are playing aggressively and simply maxing out this meter, keeping it maxed as much as possible, and once it is maxed, if you continue to attack, it will remain filled, but if there is a short stint of time where you're not attacking, it will very rapidly decrease. So effectively, that is the ethos behind this weapon. Attack fast, attack frequently, parry, or at least sort of a drill thrust into the monster to maintain and build up this meter, so you can then increase your damage from there, and from that, you can then simply perform a mixture of ground and aerial combos and some parries to dish out devastating umbrella damage. Of course, much like all weapons, you then of course have a nice unique weapon attack off of the top of a stack of crates, which you can then jump up and perform this nice dive bomb down to the ground. Again, you can use the springboard to basically perform this drill thrust forward, which is a fantastic way to build that meter, and similarly you can also dash through the flame pillar to ignite your umbrella in flames, and then dish out fiery destruction in your attacks. So, all in all, it is a fantastic weapon. It is really fun to use. It again flows incredibly nicely, and when you do get some combos going, it feels super satisfying. But for the time being, that is pretty much it. I'm gonna leave you guys with a little bit of gameplay of the umbrella in action so you can see it and hear it. If you guys have any more questions, by all means let me know in the comments down below, and otherwise keep it locked for plenty more Wild Hearts.